Hi, welcome along to the 4 Minute Clinic Live. I am Dr. Marianne Trent, and this is your regular prescription for better mental health. Today, I want to talk to you about something quite real, something quite raw, and something that might feel quite relevant for you, either today or another day, or for that matter, any day. So, I was pretty well slept last night. I woke up at 6 a.m., an hour before my alarm, feeling good. I got up and I cracked on with my day. All was going well, managed to get the kids breakfasted, everything sorted. I was trying to kind of plan ahead to get them a little bit more ready each time than they usually are. Let's put our jumper on now, let's get sorted. And then, of course, by the time we came to leave the house, the jumpers were all off. It was chaos. The school bags had not been brought downstairs. And I looked outside and realised it had started torrentially raining, like we're talking rain of biblical proportions. I was just like, oh no, is the one type of school run that I hate more than any other, and it is rain. So managed to kind of chivvy children into coats, realised that the eldest had lost his Mac again, couldn't find his umbrella. He looked in his bag, couldn't find that. I found it in his bag. And it was just, I could just feel the stress getting bigger, just increasing. And I was just like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not feeling good. But let's just keep chivying. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep making a forwards movement. Let's keep planning for the time that we need to leave the house for. Realize the coats weren't done up. Do the coats up. Do the coats up. And it's just like, oh, and they act as a tag team and find everything hilarious. I love that my children get on so well, but when they gang up on you, it's quite difficult. So then the walk to school ensued, and it was so rainy, and many reminders to keep away from the massive puddles, to keep their umbrella pointing up towards the sky, to not play dodgem cars with their umbrellas, because that was going to break them, but also get them very wet, which of course they found hilarious. And at one point I thought, well, actually, the natural consequences from messing around on a very rainy day is that you will get wet, and then you will learn this feels quite uncomfortable. Maybe I won't mess around so much in future. And so I kind of at one point felt myself just disconnect, almost like a mild dissociation of making sure they were safe, but just allowing them to make their own choices, because I don't want to be a shouty mum constantly, believe it or not. And I thought this was an important conversation to have, because I felt like I was getting a new wrinkle from my frowning, but because I'm a psychologist, and you may or may not be a psychologist, but sometimes I find my children difficult, especially when they're having different wills and intentions to mine. And you might find yourself thinking, oh, well, I don't know, I'm not a psychologist. So I thought it was important to share with you that all of us will be stressed, maybe not just by children, by other people, maybe even by things that crop up in your day-to-day life. And it's okay to find this stuff tricky, and just to try and stay on your own compassionate side, and know that you're not an awful person if you shout, and that obviously there are some responsibilities for the other parties to perhaps listen to the 17 million warnings and advices that you've given them in advance. So if you need to hear this today, if you are also so wet that you're leaving a puddle on your chair where you sit, or if you just need to give yourself a little kindness, this one is from me to you, from one human to another. If you find this interesting or useful, please do comment, like, engage, even if watching on replay. Stay kind to yourself, and I'll look forward to seeing you for another 4 Minute Clinic, hopefully a little bit less damp very soon. Take care.